State after leading by as many as 15 points. Northern Kentucky got a 7-point lead with 1:35 left to go before falling to Oakland, and we are ready to go.
Chris Brandon's going to get in this game and play a lot of minutes, and another guy who's going to get in and play a lot of minutes.
By Swordball. Here comes Rhodes. They've got numbers.
Nice
Rhodes
move.
takes it himself. No good. Robinson will get the second chance. And
there, you see that miss from Rhodes. Robinson stays with it, has multiple Detroit defenders.
Redshirted. Here is Stone with it for Detroit Mercy. He goes across the court to the opposite elbow and on the 3-on-1, and still, this time it's Sumler who gets the tap in.
Yeah, nice shot.
It's that same thing, because they don't feel like he went up strong enough, but man, Oakland played great defense there at the end, especially Rocket Watts. And down to Wells. Puts it in. LJ Wells gets his first. Davis, the fall away from the corner, tough shot, and yeah, it might be a tough shot for you
to come over and a pretty fadeaway.
Warwick buries the throw. When we come back here, it's all tied up at 10 here on ESPN Plus. He'd been sitting the whole time. Gets to his feet the first time to argue a call pretty vehemently as Sumler makes
action to it, and they're trying to set the precedent early on in this game. And you see Antoine Davis been now for 5 years, but impressive, you know, each time we get to see him play. And that's
for Northern Kentucky as well. Here's Stone for three. Got it. Boy, that was nothing but nylon there for Trayvon Faulkner. That went halfway down and popped back out. As we're all tied up. Stone from way downtown. And Darren Horn has seen enough. He's going to Brandon. Now Faulkner goes into the painted area through contact, and it goes.
A great job going north-south, getting his head down and getting to the rim.
There's Rhodes on the other end. The floater at the logo. Vincent ends up with it. On the run out for Robinson. It goes in, and Chris Brandon made a great play on that. He'll have plenty of time to do that during our break. But a back-and-forth affair here in the early goal. Knocked away there by Oliver. It ends up in the hands of Stone, who slams it down. He didn't hang on that rim too much. There were periods where Davis was feeding Stone because he recognized it. And see, there it is right there.
I mean, Jaden Stone is in
another timeout, and he's just measuring up Faulkner, right?
Well, and for Faulkner, I mean, Jaden Stone
how goes in after it looked like it was coming out. Here is Moss with it now, working. Skip pass to the opposite corner for Oliver, and he is ball was going to carry him off. And, you know, a good friend of mine named Scott, I think it's number 0's time, right?
I would think so.
Instead, he finds a teammate, and Moss lays it up and in, and Sumler's the one who tracks it. And off the banking board and in to hopefully stop the bleeding here on this Sunday afternoon.
But the corner kind of sprinting right over to the basket, but LJ Wells for Sumler here dropping the Detroit defensive player, missing the three-point shot, but no worries because
Sam Vincent, the sophomore out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky, makes the free throw. Grabbed a career high,
nice drive.
9 boards, and how about that? Took it away. He had a handful.
Well, good
right
to see
before the replays picked up there.
Well, it's good to see that freshman to freshman.
One thing that did not happen for Sam Vincent, he didn't have any rebounds in that game. Not go ahead on the offensive stead, and one out of the half, and it's Faulkner playing a little string music just ahead of the buzzer to go into halftime, leading by 1. Boy, they're closing out on him. That's a real tough shot, no good. But they are contesting him now. Hits the front of the rim, and Davis comes away with a board. Now he'll wait for some help and get it to Stone. Moss. Down low, it's Parks. Back to Moss at the free throw line, no good, but an offensive rebound by Parks. It's in. Here's the lob and the Stufferino. He'll kick it out. The one more. Out of the corner, it's Anderson. Rattled what he sees, so he brings it back out. Now it's Robinson, a floater, no good. But Northern Kentucky surrounds him. And Davis with a fall away from the corner. And Vincent is all up in Oliver, but he gets past him, and he is met at the summit. A rejection by Wells, and Northern Kentucky.
Rebounds for Detroit, 7 for Northern Kentucky. So both teams need to keep
a go-to guy when called upon. And how about A.J. Arks in traffic and tipped in by Laguerre? Right thing. and resets. And he'll
Nice
call his
finish.
own number. Racing that role, but he's not that, 13, 14 point a game. They will have to play on the road. That's because of the unbalance of having only 11 team shot he's had in quite some time. And how about
From 3 on the year.
here's LeGrier. Nice move. And away from LeGrier. And no good. Now
There's
it's Brandon with the stick back.
Job for Coach Davis's team.
Oliver, a student that has played at both Clemson. It's not an over the back. And how about Davis? It doesn't take much. Here is LeGrier. And LeGrier lays it up and watch the lob. It does not happen. Faulkner. Nice jump,
shot.
one leg, little dream shake out, pull up, and he will get the
what a
three, and I
shot.
believe.
Left-hand side. Well, that time he's wide open, but he's taking a shot 3-4.
Become eerily silent. And he does with Stone. They got Davis off the ball. Side to Jones, who pump fakes and puts it in.
Basketball around and getting a good shot.
Brandon rebounds the 8 on the timer in traffic. Here's Stone for
That's a good
3.
look.
Got
Got
it. I mean, Vincent
From A.J. Oliver, misses the bucket, and you got Brandon.
get past Davis, lay it
Nice.
up and in. So it'll be in the backcourt on the side. Good job of them getting the ball to somebody other than fourth. I'm sorry, because it's a 1+1. Forget everything I just control. Faulkner with 2 seconds. He'll shoot it. And it goes in! Trayvon Faulkner, the graduate student out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Obviously, they'll go to the monitor, but if this counts, we'll head to overtime.